All right, so Coach, you just came off a 2-1 result in Meralco's favor this past week. Meralco, of course, is a big team. I've been around for a while. They've been training together. They have a lot of big names. What are your thoughts on how the boys performed against some of these big name and big teams?
Well, look, I think the players handled themselves quite amicably. I think we played quite well. Like you mentioned, I mean, the team, the Meralco team's full of present Ascles players and past. So I mean, they're packed with quality players. I mean, we looked at video with Andy, myself, Tony. We all looked at the game against Stallions and the game that we played against them in pre-season. We identified where some of their strengths were. We tried to nullify, if you possibly could describe it like that. We tried to have a little bit of a plan how we were going to play defensively and how we would approach it from an attacking perspective. And I think we did it quite well. The only thing, we just didn't get the result at the end of the day. I mean, after the game, if you were Meralco, you'd know that they'd been in a fairly competitive game. Our fitness levels again showed that we're quite good. So I mean, the investment that we've got in like sports science and the physiotherapy department is reaping rewards in that regards. Okay, we never got a win, but 2-1, not a bad result. It's not like 5-1, which Stallions got thumped the week before. So I mean, are we on the right track? Yeah, we are on the right track, and we just got to keep on playing and working hard at our own individual game. And if everybody works hard in their individual game, it'll come together as a team performance, and we will gain some positive results in the not too distant future.
How's the team coming along? Any major concerns on the team right now?
No, look, the team's coming along really well. I mean, we've just introduced Andrew Polwak. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but we've just introduced Andrew. I mean, he's a half Filipino. His mum's a Filipino, and he's a 20-year-old boy that his passing is very tidy. He's got a good range. He can mix it as well. So Andrew's been a real big asset to us in the last week. We've got like Chima. Chima's 18. He's developing quite nicely. He's a big, strong boy, and he's came on a long way from where he was when I first met him in February. And then we've got young Nico. I mean, you would never realise that he's only a 16-year-old boy. I mean, he's in a man's environment now. He's mixing it with the men, and we've got a few success stories. Dominic Delazario, he seems to have got over his little bit of a form slump that he maybe had a few weeks ago, and he's came back on. He was carrying a little niggle. Now he seems to be back in playing quite well. John Kayama, I mentioned it the other week in the media. John's probably one of the fittest players in the league now, and a lot of people are surprised how much weight he's possibly shed and his work rate. So I mean, I keep on mentioning the positives, and there are lots. I wish some of the media would come down and watch the boys train a little bit more, so that it could actually experience and actually see where we're actually at and what we're actually striving to achieve.
The status of the goalkeepers, how do you see them right now?
Look, I mean, we've got like a standout goalkeeper in Baba, but in saying that, I think that the reason Baba's improved so much is the quality of the goalkeeping coach, because Andy's super. Andy, I believe, would be the best goalkeeping coach in the Philippines, and Andy's experiences he's just like passing on to Baba. So I think that the goalkeeper Cedric, I mean, he's working hard in training, and he's shed a lot of kilos, and he's doing quite well as also. I can see him pushing Baba to the limits if possible. So yeah, from a goalkeeping perspective, I think we're fairly solid with Baba. Cedric's pushing him along, and without Cedric pushing Baba wouldn't be performing at what he is at the moment.
So we got Stallions coming up at Binyan, another road game. So how are your preparations going for this one?
Oh, look, our preparations, like for every game's fairly good at the moment. The travelling is fairly hefty. I mean, we're doing like 10 hours travelling on a bus from point A to point B. It takes its toll, but like the boys are actually getting detailed information in regards to how to prepare and look after themselves and recover when they get to the other end, to Manila, in preparation for the game. So I mean, I don't think we can do much more in regards to preparation and travel. I mean, logistically we're doing quite well, and yeah, no, look, we've invested heavily into sports science, and I think that at the moment it's reaping a little bit of reward in regards to the players' conditioning and how they're actually looking after their bodies, and in return again it's alleviating any problems that we could possibly have in the physiotherapist table, because if you don't look after yourself, you pick up niggling little injuries and that, and then the physio, they end up working overtime. Oh, look, Stallions will be no different to any other team. They've got their own different qualities. I mean, they've got their own visa players, they've got their own style of play. We've just got to play a game that will possibly nullify what they've got to offer and actually enhance our ability to score goals. Yeah, again, I mean, they've been around the league for many, many years, established club. They've had, what, probably 3 or 4 months pre-season to get their group together, whereas we've just had possibly a basic 6 weeks, which has been fairly tough for us. But as a game, I'd like to think that we'd possibly get something out of the game, and at the least, yet again, I keep on saying this, we're going to be more than competitive, and I believe that we can possibly get something out of the Stallion fixture and possibly get 3 points away from home.
Want more information on the club, information on games, or details about whatever we're doing, please add us on Facebook, add me on Facebook, like the Facebook page, come support your local club.